Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to an episode of the Joe Elliott Show. I am Joe Elliott, and it's cold outside. I'm coming on today because I would like to warn everybody, warn America, our people. We need to get prepared for what's to come. These things that are getting ready to take place. Uh, Definitely going to be very interesting in the upcoming days or weeks. But before we get started with that, see that little button right there? Right down there. Yep. I want you to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So that way you can join in talks with me as we talk about some of everything. Also, I would like the public know that I will be beginning my Joe Elliott Sports Show um, in the upcoming weeks. We're getting prepared, getting everything set up for the Joe Elliott Sports Show, where we will talk about different games and sports, basically basketball and football. So with that being said, let's get into today's show about the reason why I'm here. There are developments happening right now in Ukraine, Russia, China, Afghanistan, North Korea. So here's what we know. This is the situation, you guys. Here's the thing. As of right now, Russia has put ships and soldiers at the border of the United States with nuclear weapons. Now, Russia is going all out to take over Ukraine, and China is trying to take over Taiwan. But these are two superpowers. And a lot of, I just feel that a lot of our people here in the United States, we're not paying this any attention. Yeah, right. We hear a lot of people saying, hey, the world is not going to come to an end. They're never going to have a strike on the United States. Back in World War II, World War One and Two, it was impossible for those people to have war over here in the United States. But now it's not so impossible, right? And the reason why I'm saying it because China has way more people than we do here in the United States, and Russia is not far behind. These two people they are superpowers, and that wants to take over the world. Now I understand that the United States owes a lot of money to China. We are way behind in China, and my thing is, why are we always going overseas to fight a fight that's not ours? Why aren't we concentrate more on protecting our United States borders and our citizens of the United States versus going so far away to other countries to be a force there? Now, here's the thing. I've already told you guys to get your gas masks. Get your family gas masks. Get your family radiation suits. I've already done that. You would probably want to put camouflage on. You would probably want to wear camouflage because what I'm telling you right now is that once our satellite system, once they take that out, we lose. We lose power to the stores, the computers on the 18-wheeler trucks and different things like that. That goes down. People, you got to listen to me. You know, I'm not saying that I know everything about everything. No, but I'm not a dummy. I'm not lost to the fact that I'm blind to what's going on in the world around us. But see, the thing about it is, and I'm going to tell you this here. The thing about it is, our black people, we are the ones that don't believe that anything could happen. We are the very ones that don't believe anything could happen. And that is so sad because you're not prepared. You're not prepared. This could happen today, tonight, tomorrow. When it does, will you be prepared? Now I'm keeping up with everything that's going on, and I want to run something by you. Just bear with me. Let's listen to what's going on right now. Only a few hours ago.
We begin overseas, where the United States presence is growing in Europe as the threat of a Russian invasion into Ukraine looms. Senior members of the American military touched down in Poland early Saturday. President Biden is also sending thousands of troops to the region as a show of force. CBS News Foreign Affairs correspondent Christina Ruffini has the latest from the White House.
Okay, let's listen to this.
In a precise and very public performance, Russian and Belarusian forces move in formation across frozen fields just north of the Ukrainian border. A military dress rehearsal for an opening night that may or may not come. American officials say they do not believe Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided if he will move against Ukraine.
I'm going to take a pause right there. American officials doesn't believe that Vladimir Putin has made up his mind to what he's going to do. Let me tell you something. Anytime you send 150,000 troops out in the cold and the snow, setting up camps, getting all this equipment and everything shipped in and different things like that. Wow. Anytime something like that happens, you have to have your mind made up. You don't just send 150,000 troops and spend money on getting all this equipment, spread it out in different areas if you're not planning on going into war. There's no reason to have that much on any level if you're not planning, if you don't know exactly what you're getting ready to do. And I disagree. America, now they also told Joe Biden not to send troops. Not to send troops. He just sent 3,000 troops over there to basically make a stand to say, well, we support you. Why would you send 3,000 troops in an area where they are already not listening to what we are saying? By sending those troops, they're taking it as a threat. Because you don't send army troops in just to show strength with no fighting. And I don't believe that America knows, Joe Biden actually knows what he's talking about. We have so many people over here in the United States struggling right now. But as of right now, we also have Russia at our United States borders with nuclear weapons. How many of you guys actually knows this? That's what I'm saying. We are lost. We're not prepared. We're not ready. You need to get ready. Let's keep looking. Let's keep listening and see what else they have to say. Wow, we're not ready. We're not ready. While some of the white people are out training their kids and different things, how to handle themselves in war and shootouts and different things like that, we are not doing it. We are not talking to our children about it. We are not talking to our families about it. We are not talking to people that we know about it. Why? Because we don't know. We don't know. I'm telling you, I'd rather be prepared than not be prepared. I'd rather be prepared for something to happen than not be prepared for something to happen. You understand what I'm saying? This is
But a full-scale invasion would likely begin with airstrikes and long-range artillery, followed by airborne and armored advances on several fronts. But Putin is unlikely to launch an invasion during the Winter Olympics, where he is one of the few world leaders in attendance.
Listen.
His high-profile meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping ended in a joint statement that included one of Putin's key demands, an end to NATO expansion.
We strongly prefer that Russia choose the path of diplomacy and dialogue, but if it does not, we are fully prepared for the alternative.
Meanwhile, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met with his Polish counterpart, as American forces are expected to arrive in Poland as soon as this weekend, and 8,200 additional troops are on standby to reinforce NATO allies should Russia decide to put on more than just a show.
Now, why in the world are we sending that many troops?
Where are you hiding?
Away from the United States just for a show of force? President Biden is sending these people over there to get killed, which is going to force the United States into a war with Russia. Now, once war starts with Russia, we have China and North Korea sitting in the background, just waiting. Just waiting. China is already upset. So now you got Russia and China joining forces to take over. China has way more people than we do over here. They have enough people to run over here and really take over the United States. They have more weapons than we have now. And it seems that they're probably a little bit more advanced now than we are, because of the equipment and things that they have. They have things that the United States don't have. Now, keep reminding yourself that the United States has downgraded with physical bodies for technology.
Are going to move farther east into Romania. Both it and Poland border Ukraine, so these troops are essentially going nearer but not into the potential conflict zone. These deployments are all in addition to that previously announced 8,500 troops that are in a state of heightened readiness, but still stateside. And what the administration has sought to emphasize throughout this process is that none of these troops is expected to actually fight in Ukraine in the event of an invasion.
Okay, question. Why would you send 3,000 people among 150,000 people just to show strength? Which means we already know what time it is, America. You see the way things are. You see the all the crime, the way our violence and everything has really just uplifted here in the past 6 months. Things are getting crazier and crazier by the day. And I keep telling people, hey, we living in the last days. We live in the last days. And it's never been more real than it is right now. Because back to what I've always told you guys, everything in the Bible, everything that the book of Revelation speaks on is happening like right now. It's happening right now. And anybody that knows the word of God can see and understand what's going on. I mean, if you have been studying the word of God and different things and the things that they say about, the Bible say about the last days, living in the last days and the events and the way things should happen, those things are right on track and it's happening right now. Whether you feel to believe it or not, you don't have to believe it. But the time is short and the time is near. And this thing has already started. It has already started. But what we are not prepared for any of it to happen. And that's going to cause the people in the United States to be lost and with doubt. Because once our satellites go down and we lose electricity and power, there won't be any trucks available to deliver food and goods to the stores. People are going to end up getting hungry, which is going to turn, and then we already on a blackout with no power. No satellite means no telephone, no TV. You need emergency radios. You need to start preparing. I'm warning America. You might not believe me, but it doesn't take a rocket science to see what's going on. We can't sit back and be stupid. You have to pay attention to what's going on because it's real. And to be unprepared could cost you and your family more than anything else. So I suggest that we get prepared, and we get prepared fast, because it's like we're running out of time. We have really ran out of time. We right here. See, the Bible tells us that a nation will rise against nation, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Nations are rising against each other. And this is not just a couple countries or anything. No, this is nations against nations all over the world. Over there in Israel, Iran, Egypt, and different places. They started fighting 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I said that this very thing was going to happen. My God, listen, it is happening. If you have any questions or anything that you suggest, please feel free to text. Feel free to text me. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, because, hey, it's about to happen. What I want to know is how many of you out there are already ready, and how many of you out there are not ready. How many of you are concerned, and how many of you are not concerned? What I want to say, this is for those that's not concerned. Continue to not be concerned, because you're going to be the very main people. I mean, just think, suppose we had an invasion on the United States. I mean, just say this happens. We already have a lot of people that's not a part of the United States over here in our country right now. And, you know, and being honest with you, I actually saw a segment where they was talking about the war. They was in the meeting and everything. And our president, Joe Biden, was like this. He fell asleep. He fell asleep in the meeting. They holding a meeting on how to handle these situations and protect the United States. And our president fell asleep. And you're saying that you're not concerned? It means you don't care about living. So if you don't care about living, then why are you here? Because God gave you life? Yeah, sure enough. We're going to leave here one day. But you want to leave because God is calling you home. Not because of some criminal out in the street. Not because of somebody trying to take over your country. Not because you believe in the word of God and they don't. That's not the reason you want to leave here. You want to leave here because God calls you home. And just as true enough as has been born into this world, we're going to die into this world. You understand? This is going to happen. There's no way around it. Life and death. We didn't choose life, and we're not choosing death. But we living, so we know we're going to die. That's not to be a worry, but you don't want to. You want to be smart. You want to be able to protect yourself. Let's just give me a couple more minutes.
Like spread beyond Ukrainian borders. That said, of course, the U.S. and European countries have been steadily sending defensive military equipment into Ukraine, offering training. And so while U.S.
Why are they
doing
this?
The Ukrainians
we're getting ready for war, right?
The U.S. has been seeking to bolster Ukrainian defenses in the face of a potential Russian attack.
So, Olivia, that's the part that I think is confusing for folks, that President Biden said American troops are not going to be fighting if there is a Russian invasion. And yet
right. So why are we going over there?
So what role are they actually going to play? And then how does it work as deterrence if we're saying they're not actually going to take to the battlefield?
Sure. So they're going to be deployed as far east, within these NATO members as they can be. And that's supposed to signal to Russia, listen, if you escalate this conflict, we are nearby and we are prepared to defend these territories that belong
like they really
to the NATO
care.
Alliance. Of course, Ukraine, not being a member, doesn't enjoy the benefits of the Article 5 pact that these other countries do enjoy. So while it is a partner that has been getting some reinforcements from U.S. and NATO allies, it can't be privy to that defensive coalition that NATO members otherwise enjoy.
Well, Olivia, European allies have also scheduled meetings with the leaders of Russia and Ukraine next week. Tell us, is de-escalation through diplomacy a feasible option at this point?
Sure. So we're at a point where there are really two realities in tension, Lana. One is that Russia has maneuvered itself into a position where it has multiple options. It can launch anything from a small-scale invasion into eastern Ukraine to a massive invasion of the whole of Ukraine on separate.
Okay. Now, if you will just check into it yourself, Russia has warships and their soldiers at the outskirts of the United States right now. The Olympics in Beijing should be over by the 20th of this month, February 2022. They are already joined forces. China has already joined forces with the Russian. North Korea has been wanting the United States for so long. We just went over there and killed somebody else in Afghanistan, one of their leaders and everything. If I was the United States and I was America, I would be very, very worried right now, because I think that we need new people in the White House. I think we need somebody younger, somebody more wiser, somebody more smarter. I mean, just somebody that's more up to date to what's going on in the world and and the new technology and everything that's going on today. Yeah, I think that's what we need. That's what we need, because right now we're being suckered. We're being pulled into everything. Don't mention the fact that we spent 20 years over in Afghanistan, not only just teaching those people, but giving them money and weapons and artillery and and everything. We have given these folks so much over the last 20 years. I think they were spending $300 million a day for 20 years. And those people didn't even put up a fight. The Taliban came in, they gave them all that shit. And even after that, Joe Biden sent planes over there and brought so many thousands of those people back over here to the United States to start them over, to give them a fresh life. Knowing that these people still have relatives and family back there. Some of these people may be Taliban. But one thing I know for sure, those people did not like the United States. They do not like the United States. And then with all the people rushing to our borders and different things, we spent money on a wall. The United States is fucking up. Excuse my language and everything, but we fucking up. We fucking up. Our leaders are not doing what they're supposed to do, and we're about to be in a hell hole. And all I can tell you guys is, it's not the American people, it's our American government. Get yourself protected, get your family protected, get your gas mask ASAP. Even radiation suits will probably be needed, because we don't know what's going to happen. If a bomb dropped in the middle of New York City right now, in which they have already showed maps of places, Chicago, New York City, those coastal areas and different things like that, those are going to be the first place that these people can hit. But now, by them coming closer to our borders with rockets, nuclear weapons and different things, right now I wouldn't put it past Russia and China to be able to hit anywhere in the United States that they want to. But our local news is not talking about this stuff, and I don't know why. Why would we wait to the very last minute to try to warn our people? Why anybody telling us that we need to prepare? They're over there right now training citizens. They're citizens. What about the citizens of the United States? Come on, man. If you like this show, if you like what I'm talking about and different things, if you're interested, if I give you something to just think about for a minute, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, because we're going to have more and more topics like this, and I will be starting my Joe Elliott sports show real soon, and it's my studio and everything that's getting ready, man. I'm coming to you live right here at home. It's my studio and everything that's getting ready and everything. We're going to be coming on with more things. We're gonna have so much that we could talk about. We're going to be talking to upcoming artists, people that's trying to get their music out there, comedians. We're going to be talking to people that play sports and different things. So we're going to have a lot coming up. It's just that I want to get started. I'm trying to get used to talking to you guys, and I'm talking on the main topic right now, warning to the United States. I want to warn my fellow Americans to get prepared for what's to come, because it's about to come. It's about to happen. I'm Joe Elliott. Until the next time, you all have a great, wonderful, blessed day, and get yourself together, because you're going to need it.